right, welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. We got a good one. We got this one's packed. We got a whole bunch of people here. We got Dr. Tutwiler, we got Brian Castellanos, we got Bolaji from Lynn Classical, and we got Juliana from Lynn English. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome.
So everybody maintaining, staying focused on this lockout. Nobody's lost their mind yet.
No,
we're staying strong.
not fully.
That's right.
Lynn strong.
I
That's
hear
right.
that. All right, so we got a lot to talk about in this time frame. So we're gonna start off with Brian. You're kicking off. You kicked off a GoFundMe for your 26.2 mile run for the class of 2020. Just talk to me about what got you started with that. What gave you the idea to do that?
Well, I just want to make a quick correction. I say we, the city of Lynn, we kicked the class of 2020. We launched the 26.2 mile. I'm going to do a marathon in their name, but I talked to Dr. Patrick Tutwiler last week. I definitely had this idea. It just, I was trying to brainstorm for a good couple weeks of, a way to give back. And, the marathon, for me, Boston Marathon, as Bukala, I've been able to run it the last few years, and we didn't have it this year. So I kind of, I wanted to be able to, fulfill that side of philanthropy that I usually do every year. So I said, let's see what way we could do it. And with the help of Dr. Patrick Tutwiler and the Lynn Business Education Foundation, they were able to, provide me a vessel and an opportunity to explore this. And we put it into fruition. It was really fast. I called Dr. Patrick Tutwiler, Superintendent Tutwiler, really last week, and it just he liked the idea, and then we just started networking, and the passion was there. It wasn't something for me that whenever I have an idea or anything that comes from my heart, I like to bring it to fruition. I like to act instead of talk. And I think that's what really occurred when we first talked about this, because scholarships were lost during COVID-19. We're calling it the redemption campaign. And I think that's something that, I heard a lot from my constituents, parents, students. So we wanted to do something for the students.
Yep. All right, and Dr. Tutwiler, what was so intriguing about this idea that made you get on board?
Well, you just heard Member Castellanos use the word passion to describe the way that he was sort of coming at wanting to do something for the seniors. And I think just quickly what makes him such a leader in this community is, his enthusiasm is infectious. When he called me, this wasn't presented as, I have an idea and it would be nice if it came to be. He said, I have an idea and we're going to do this. How do we do this?
Yeah.
And
I had a plan.
I mean, it was really, it wasn't an option. And I completely respect and love the guy for his passion, for his commitment. And so he said, I need to do something for the members of the class of 2020. And I think, what's been so beautiful about the city of Lynn is that everybody is bringing their gifts, their personal gifts to bear on the issues that we're facing. And his gift is his athleticism. And he said, I need to use that gift to do something for these students. I'm going to run a marathon. Now, if you ask me to run a marathon, I can do it in my car.
Yeah.
It's about the best I could do. But it was on from the minute we had the conversation. And honestly, I've just been riding in the passenger seat, just trying to support, making this come to life. This has been Member Castellanos's initiative, and he's doing incredible work with it.
Now, how are the two students we have here involved with this?
So I can kind of talk about the reason why I pulled in the students. First of all, if you know Juliana Perry or Bolaji, they're amazing student leaders, advocates. Honestly, they've been ambassadors for change since they've been students, I was compelled by their testimonies as seniors to actually put this into fruition. Also, I would love the idea of having students actually take part in the process of fundraising, in developing the criteria for the scholarships, and just being part of this this process in this moment is something that I wanted the students to be a part of. And they represent, you know, each school. We're still going to be getting Fectolary and Lynn Tech students, but those two were very, very important leaders in my eye. And they were very on board with the plans that, you know, when I talked to both of them about it. And it's so interesting because it was really not, you never know, you know, because it's all, in a way, it's volunteerism. Like, are they going to say yes or no? And it was just automatic. I'm all in. So that we reflect we motivate each other. Yeah. So it's definitely student voice. This whole scholarship process, these are for the class of 2020. Like, we want to represent class of 2020 students. And these folks will be these are the ambassadors for their schools. And I definitely see it's a very important piece to what the campaign is all about. So it's COVID-19 redemption. I think they've lost a lot. If you look in the campaign narrative, prom, senior activities, I'll let the students talk about, you know, what class of 2020, you know, what happened with the loss of all those different experiences. So
yeah, I'll start off with Juliana. You talked about last week when we talked. You talked about just trying to do as much as you can for your senior class, since you guys lost a whole lot this year. And then, you know, just hopping on with this. Was this one of the things that you had in mind?
Well, this was definitely a surprise. And when Brian Castellanos did text me about it and personally reached out to me, I was like, wow, this is great, because I feel like the city of Lynn, we really haven't done anything for like a tribute to the seniors. So I feel like it was a really good step, like big step towards it. And like all the seniors feel really, I feel loved by it. Like having the support by him and the other counselors is really nice.
For you too, Bolaji, what was it, your sentiment of being asked to participate in this?
I think Brian already knew from the jump that I was gonna be with it because I'm always advocating. I'm always, you know, talking to my senior class, and I think he knew that, hey, if I call Bolaji, that, you know, it's an automatic yes. And it warms my heart, like Juliana said, that the council, even with everything going on, they're still doing, you know, what we elected them to do. They're still, you know, reaching out. They're still thinking about us, thinking of different, you know, schemes to, you know, make sure that the class of 2020 is not forgotten. Like, this is something that nobody could have predicted. Nobody can blame for this. So we're all in this boat together, whether you're the class of 2020 or not. Everybody is affected in one, you know, in some other way. So, you know, it was really, really good to be a part of this mission that we're going to accomplish.
Yeah, because we're seeing on social media, we're seeing a lot of, you know, athletes, celebrities. They're doing the walk with your class. They're doing that with Chase Bank. They're having everyone show their walks for the folks who aren't going to be able to cross the stage or have family, you know, the whole graduation ceremony since it's dead. Is that, as Dr. Tutwiler and you too, Brian, is that something that you guys would hop on board to see something like that, and for residents to just have the students show their walk on social media?
And by that, you mean a visual of individual students crossing the stage, donning their cap and gown type thing?
Yeah.
I'll just say at this point, we're working on trying to make graduation as personalized as possible. And that is what you just described is not impossible.
Definitely, because this is just a great moment. Now, 26.2 miles virtually. How are you doing this?
So with the help of, I'm still waiting to hear back from our mayor, Tom McGee. They're trying to figure out logistics in terms of what space, because, you know, with respect to social distancing and it's June 6th, so there's obviously still going to be protocols in place. So I was hoping to run man in field, going around virtually with my phone. So it'd be basically by myself, just being tracked by my, I have the Nike Run app. So you do a virtual run. There's no really formal setup. Like in some races you have like the cones, they shut down the streets, but because, you know, obviously, you know, that's just not feasible. Virtually is, you know, that's the better route to go. And I've seen across the country, folks doing like 5K, like virtual 5Ks, virtual half marathons. And I definitely, when I first, you know, witnessed the first time on social media, I said, you know, I could do something like that. And I just, again, one thing led to the next. I don't really look at big ideas. It's too big. I'm a social worker by trade, so I like to problem solve. So when I see needs in the community, I try to figure ways to apply action and really, you know, connect the dots. And that's why I got the people involved that I do have involved. And virtual marathon it is, June 6th. I could be running anywhere around Lynn. Like I told the mayor, like no matter what, somewhere I'm gonna run 26.2 miles for the class of 2020. I put it out there. Personally, it's something for me. It means more than me. It's bigger than me. It's what Lynn represents. I think a lot of Lynners, when things get tough, a lot of folks step up, and I'm one of a few. There's so many people stepping up in Lynn right now. A lot of the city councilors, like elected officials, community members. I had, if you look at the campaign right now, we're at 2,000. We have all kinds of folks donate. We have donors coming from all, not just elected officials, but community leaders. And it's something that I want to, even if we don't hit the goal, it's what we're doing. It's the energy we're putting out there that really matters. The process of just, you know, going out there and saying, you know what, this is why we're doing it. I'm all in, so I'm very grateful too. So
yeah, for the students, what have you two done specifically to keep your classmates informed of everything that's going on, you know, as far as what's going on with school and just any vital information that they need? How have you guys been just able to keep everyone together and on notice about what's happening?
Juliana, you want to go first, or you want me to take it?
You can go.
So basically, I've been keeping in touch with almost all of them, you know, via social media, and like, you know, from Facebook. And for some reason, everybody in the class has my number. I don't know how they got it, but everybody's been contacting me. And
welcome to politics.
And I've been letting them know, like, hey, there's people working on it. I know there's not, you know, announcements every day, there's not posts every day, but I'm always constantly talking to the teachers, to Principal Dunn from my school, and we're always, and my class officers as well, we're always coming up with different ways of, you know, communicating with them, and, you know, me communicating with Brian and, you know, Dr. Tutwiler as well, to get some information and advice to them. So just giving them the reassurance that we are working on something and, you know, doing something for them, just so they don't think, like I said, we're forgotten, because we're definitely not. So that's just basically what it is on my part as a, you know, ambassador and representative of my school.
I think, like, he covered it perfectly. I think social media is the best way that we can reach out to our class, especially like during this time. Our classmates probably aren't doing anything other than sitting on their phones. So
yeah. Dr. Tutwiler, how proud of you are of all these students who are going forward to college? A lot of them, many students have been accepted into college or going to the college of their choices. Just as a school superintendent, how proud are you of the path that many of these students are going, just furthering their education?
One of the highlights of each and every year is the day on which I hear every student's name called and watch that symbol of their hard work, their perseverance, their stick-to-itness be handed to them, and watching the joy on their faces, the pride that their families have on display. I mean, I have a knot in my throat at every graduation. It doesn't matter which school. During the graduation, just watching that level of pride and feeling of, you know, self-accomplishment. So I feel that deep in my heart. I care deeply about each and every one of our students, particularly our seniors. My heart pains for them, given the context in which we find ourselves and the limits on what we can do to celebrate them and, you know, allow them to experience everything that they've worked so hard for and deserve. But right now, I'm just filled with pride listening to Juliana and Bolaji speak, and, you know, a number of students have reached out. We're in touch with principals regularly. I too monitor, you know, social media, and I'm full of pride.
This one is for the students, and then the school committee, Brian and Dr. Tutwiler can follow up after the answer. Just talk about you guys' will just to finish strong, finish off the school year strong. You know, with everything that's happened, it's easy to get sidetracked when something like this happened, and you don't have to be in the building. You don't have to go into the school to, you know, get your work done. But how important was it for you guys to make sure you guys finish strong, stay focused? Because you're not in school, but there's still work that needs to be done, and you still have to do what you need to do just to finish strong.
I guess I'll start it off. Basically, it's tough because it's kind of like you don't have teachers pushing you to go to guidance. You don't have guidance counselor constantly reminding you, hey, this is due this day, this scholarship is due this day. And it's definitely tough, but, you know, time flies, and every day that goes by, it's getting closer to, you know, college deadlines and things like that. And it's definitely, that's what's really pushing me. Like the closer I get to May 15th, which is this Friday, it, you know, it really does, like, okay, gets me up, like, hey, you got to get this done, you got to get this scholarship done, you got to get this work done to make sure, you know, schools are seeing you know, the right stuff that you want them to see. You know, with AP exams as well coming up, that's a big, also something big, a big, you know, motivator as well. Like, hey, you got to continue studying because AP is not easy. And if you don't study, then you're definitely not going to do super well unless you're a genius. And I took 3 AP classes, so I definitely needed to stay up on top of my work. You know, a lot of seniors are probably not doing work, but if you're taking AP classes, you're definitely doing the work. So, you know, just, you know, factors like that really keep me going.
Yeah, I think Bolaji covered it really well. And also just the fact that, like, I think it's very different from a person who, like, just is on their phone all the time and then, like, to do actual schoolwork. I did, like, the demo AP exam the other day, and I was trying to submit it, and it wasn't really working out very well. And I just felt like it was just something that needed to be changed. I feel like this whole thing is just, like, a big change, but it's just something that we got to keep striving for. I mean, our whole entire, like, high school career, we're always striving for something greater.
And Brian, can you just follow up with that on just how all these students, especially the seniors, are focused on making sure that they do what they do to graduate and just not fall behind or anything?
Well, I think first, the students that are experiencing this are very resilient. I think there's life lessons being learned from this process. As I mentioned to Dr. Tutwiler not too long ago, I believe pressure really breeds leaders. It breeds life moments where you learn a lot about your character. You learn a lot. You learn how to adjust. You learn how to adapt. And most importantly, you learn how to overcome adversity. I think throughout our lives, there's going to be functions of adversity in front of you, whether it's losing a loved one, obtaining an education, or even if it's setting some sort of financial goal, any goal that we're going to have. And if you want to set high expectations for yourself, you're going to experience adversity. So your ability to continuously learn how to persevere is important. These students, and to actually care and to focus on schoolwork during these circumstances is just a testament of what kind of Lynn students we have. And so that's why I think it was so important to highlight, again, the class of 2020 in Lynn, especially because, you know, this is where I'm from. This is where my passion is. And it's it's not, you don't have to look too far to find inspiration. I'm telling you. So I'm very sure that the willpower is there for our students, even despite the challenges that we're facing. I think we're in pretty solid hands, and I believe in the class of 2020. And I think this class is very special and unique because of what they're going through. And there's definitely student leadership that has risen to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Tutwiler, in the many years you working in education, how, just for you to see this happen for the first time in everyone, not even from the students to the teachers, to the faculty, to administration, just how everybody was able to just come together and try to come up with a plan on the fly, because it just happened so suddenly. Just talk about the teamwork that, we got from everybody in the Lynn Public Schools.
Yeah, just as you described, this has never happened before. Never mind in my, 21 years as an educator, but in my life, I've never seen or experienced anything like this. And for, not just Lynn, but all schools to essentially have to do an about face, in the third quarter of the school year and sort of remake themselves into something different with the same sort of, commitment to learning outcomes, development outcomes. It's really, really challenging, but I've said it consistently. Lynn is a special place. People have come together in ways that are truly remarkable. I've seen incredible displays of creativity, incredible exhibits of dedication and commitment to others.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been really, really impressed with how the community has come together. Has it been perfect? No. And I think that's the same sort of issue that many communities are grappling with, how to make it worthy of the students to whom about whom we care so much. But I've just really, really appreciated how we've come together around support of our most cherished possession, and that's our students.
Yeah, definitely. And just got a few more minutes left, but first, let's get to the students. I already know where Juliana's going, but you're gonna tell them again. We'll get to you in a second. Bolaji, just tell everybody where you will be going to college.
So I will be attending Bentley University. I was privileged to get a scholarship called the Yawkey Scholarship, a very competitive scholarship that only awarded 350 students since 2005, nationwide. So I was really, really privileged to be a part of that system. And I'll be going there majoring in finance.
Congratulations, man. Hey, that's you should be proud of yourself for that. That's really,
Thank you.
Yeah. Juliana, where will you be off to in the fall?
The University of Hartford.
And we're focusing on
Biology with a pre-med track.
Oh yeah, so she's gonna be in that library all day, every day. That's pretty much it. And Brian, just before we get out of here, please tell them if they want to donate, tell them where to go, tell them everywhere they could go to donate.
So again, I have a comprehensive GoFundMe page on my Facebook. We are, I'm going to be running for the Lynn Business Education Foundation. If you want to write a check, you go write a check to them, and then in the memo will be virtual marathon. We have, again, we're going to be very accessible on social media. It's very easy friendly. It's a very straightforward process. All proceeds go to the class of 2020. And again, it's going to be at the end. Once we find out the number that we hit, we're going to divvy it up 4 ways, and our students will be part of the process. And hopefully we get enough scholarships for students to help offset some of the stuff for next year, expenses for next year. But it's really remarkable that we're actually, this is coming to fruition, and I'm just so excited. So if anyone is actually wanting to learn more, I'm very accessible. I'll talk to you any time of the day.
All right. And as I'm looking at it right now, so far you guys have $2,170 has been donated. The goal is $10,000. Hey, not too far from there. So
Not bad for day 3.
right, keep the donations coming. And Dr. Tutwiler, if any parents or students want any information from the Lynn Public Schools, please tell them where to go.
Right on the Lynn Public Schools Facebook page. It is posted prominently. I tweeted it out on my Twitter handle at Patrick Tutwiler as well. But anybody who has an interest and can't find how to donate can reach out to my office. We are there every day.
All right, awesome. Hey, thank you everybody for coming on. Really appreciate this. You guys, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Once again, Juliana, Bolaji, congratulations on being accepted to college. This is going to be the best 4 years of your life, so you guys are going to do great things. Enjoy every moment of it.
Thank you.
No problem. You guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown and Brian's dog right there. Have a great
Charlie
day.
is fired up.
All right, everybody take it easy. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye,
All
McCall.
right,
Thank you.
take care now.